How you doing, guys? This is Joe from DIEHARDOUTDOORS.COM. Just wanted to show you some footage of some winter fly fishing from the Pequest the other day. The day started off with me fishing this corner, noticing a couple of trout rising. I couldn't get them to hit until I tied the stimulator on. Dry fly right here, you'll see it. Stimulator hits the water, drifts down to the fish. Boom, there it is. So I had been fishing that corner for a while, and I noticed fish rising. Couldn't really figure out what they were hitting. I actually never did figure it out. But when I finally tied on the stimulator, as you could see there, that was my second cast with it, and that fish just came up and nailed it. So as you can see, you can catch fish on dry flies in the winter. It all just depends on what exactly they're feeding on and how it's presented to them. I did end up ultimately losing this fish. I didn't have a net, but it is cool seeing it on a dry fly. Now up to my left you see Josh. He just hooked this fish in that run on an imitation stonefly. So you can see I'm fishing dry fly stimulator. Josh is 20 feet upriver fishing a stonefly wet nymph, and he has a fish on in that run. So sometimes you just have to play with stuff, especially at this time of year when the fishing's hard. You really just never know what they will take. It's all a process of elimination.
Oh, he hit the fucking...
He ended up landing this nice rainbow. And like I said, that was an imitation stonefly, just drifting it underwater in that run.
My rod tip.
That was actually the first cast that he used with that lure. He had that fish hit. Now I actually move upriver here, and I notice the trout are rising on another dry fly, something very small. So I actually tie on the smallest fly I have, which was a size 24 blue-winged olive. I could barely see it hitting the water. But as you saw right there, on my second cast, as that fly just drifted downstream, that trout came up and whacked it. Again, you know, this is in the middle of January. Getting dry fly action out on the river is just unbelievable, especially in the winter. But it is possible. A lot of guys won't even bother, but we actually had a pretty good day this day. And I just found that if you really play around with stuff and try to figure out what they're hitting, you could be successful. So it's really never a waste. You won't catch them if you don't try. So I end up landing another nice rainbow here. Now on this next clip, if you just watch to my left, watch to the left of the screen, you're going to see Josh's brother Jimmy. Bang, there it is. Jimmy was fishing a small midge through that run, and that trout hit that so hard that it came up out of the water. It's actually a very pretty, very tiny little rainbow. It probably escaped from the hatchery. It shouldn't even be in the river, but another really cool catch on a zebra midge. You could actually watch our video on how to tie the fly that he just used to catch that. But if you look here, I mean, even though it's a small fish, it is so cool. Just real cool. Now here's the last clip I have from this day. I'm fishing another run down river. And there you can see that trout whack that right there. What I was fishing here was actually a tandem rig. It's actually I had a stimulator dry fly on top, and then off the hook a piece of tippet down to another very small zebra midge. You're going to see instructional videos on how to actually tie this rig. It's a really great rig. Josh uses it a lot. I just started using it. As you can see here, it's already been successful for me. You're basically fishing a dry fly on top of the water with other midges down below it, subsurface. Now this nice rainbow in this picture here, he ate the lower fly. He ate the midge off the bottom. The way I could see it though is because my dry fly stimulator that's on top sinks under the water. it doesn't look like it got hit. I could just see real quick that that fly went under. And that's when I pull back and set the hook. And as you can see, when you see this fish come in, you're going to see the zebra midge was in his mouth with the other fly above it. So tandem rigs could be really successful if you can't figure out what they're hitting. If you have a tandem rig on, you have a couple of chances. See, like now we know that they're hitting those zebra midges. So the tandem rig can be very helpful and very informative. We'll have videos on how to tie a tandem rig soon. Thanks for watching, guys. Check out more of our videos at DIEHARDOUTDOORS.COM. How to tie these flies and how to fish them.